don't want to follow procedure and law. Mr. Speaker, don't be tempted, Mr. Speaker. Don't be tempted. The law he relies on sits on stilts. I repeat, there's a proper petition. Let's wait for its admissibility.
The American, a million now, Cassa, no cassette, Yammy. So say, a banner a triano, or banner, you know, not can be. John Mahama can be say, and say, Guy may a famine. Now, may baby no me, you. I banner say.
MTV New Vision.
Akwa is an answer the NPP for Monobia Ewasem. NPP parliamentary candidates Bako Miensa Eja woman seat at what say the woman chera. Woman ye independent candidate. It's answer. Do not to say NPP for the woman hammer. Na and I'm so I'm a Harry Idrisu, a former minority leader, or the petition up to courts, any parliament. Or themselves, we do the petition up to on quad review or the one J about one thing ever can say NTB, NDC, and a beba Abenya majority no, Russia with the fee.
On Tuesday, the Parliament of Ghana will reconvene. And when it reconvenes, I am very certain that Parliament and Ghana will go through a major constitutional test. And that constitutional test is that the NDC minority must become the majority from Wednesday next week. I assume, and this must happen if there is constitutional and legal propriety in Ghana, because any nuanced interpretation of Article 97 provides that if a member of parliament on a political party ticket like NPP defects and files to be independent, that MP ceases to be member of parliament. And if an independent member of parliament, by virtue of the provision of Article 97, subclause G, an independent joins a political party, that independent loses constitutional recognition and does not belong to parliament.
Send your Harry Idrisu the petition call and inquire no of him. Say parliament nyajia to marry NDC, one abenya majority no, our Russia with the fee. Na and I'm so one more a call asset nano. Send our friend market so about one who that the one on the petition by say and yard your beckness so. Or the lady to court crowd and our Sambeshia or parliament or Sanso edit to speaker of parliament in him. Say on Peneson ne and Peneson china, as I say Emra Ewo. I was some ra and yejuma. One when you shame, 1 month not say and can't send me ye. I was some Mississippi and Sembi, and answer one more fun Sembi Sebi. And so MPs for one major woman city or and to the much they say NPP for a woman yemiensa, and NDC nearby, Kona will major woman seat no at home. Harry Idrisu in Sema kind on the Chra. Would you sit at two for Nasi say, we saw your independent candidate sitting at the hopper. They say, you'll be at there. Until say you two free so. Now, Fender Mark is also on TSS, on also the petition about on also to for your lawyer. Until also one in some on also back a dear defending him. Na in Sema okay kind no na acquire say or Kasaka Krebi at the Tia Kessel at a force no say Kessel won't your lawyer knee. One year lawyer ni Harry Idrisu no lawyer ni no the petition about beto hono man. They say mon kind of lawyer to lawyer.
I don't want to follow procedure and law. Mr. Speaker, don't be tempted, Mr. Speaker. Don't be tempted. The law he relies on sits on stilts. I repeat, there's a proper petition. Let's wait for its admissibility. Because that has been done by a lawyer who knows the rules. Harry Idrisu is a respected lawyer. And we know that. Yes. This is a lawyer's rule. You know that. This is done by a lawyer. If it's issues about tax and economics, I will yield to Atufosin. On this occasion, it's law. It's law. So let's go by the Harry Idrisu petition. That is the right procedure. But even so, that petition will be caught by the court process. You cannot proceed. You should know this. And you want to mislead, Mr. Speaker. My duty as a leader of government business, my duty as a majority leader, my duty as a majority leader is to guide, Mr. Speaker. I remain so. It will not change today. It will not change tomorrow. Mr. Speaker, this process has been duly filed. I have the writ with me. Not only the writ, it's not a naked writ, it's not a lame writ, Mr. Speaker. I also have accompanying the writ a motion on notice for interrogatory injunction, which is also attached to it. The process, Mr. Speaker, has been duly served on Parliament, as I'm made to believe. Mr. Speaker, I am of the view that this is not a matter that anybody can just get up and say that by virtue of a member filing a process to say that I am going to contest in a future election as an independent candidate, automatically I have lost a seat. Mr. Speaker, let me take members back to memory lane. In the 1960, the First Republic, where, Mr. Speaker, there was cross-carpeting in Parliament, 69 Constitution and 79 Constitution safeguarded the process where political parties were to be protected, and 1992 Constitution also adopted that provision. Mr. Speaker, it is therefore important for members to understand that practically you cannot say that once a member belongs to a caucus and has not resigned his membership of the caucus, the mere fact that he has filed to participate in future elections under a different ticket, he is caught by a certain provision of the Constitution. Mr. Speaker, I hold my view. I've heard other views contrary to this. That is the more reason why we require patience for this matter to be properly determined by the courts. We require patience for this matter to be properly determined. Somebody cannot say that, oh, there is a certain precedence. So relying on that precedence under Order 93, Mr. Speaker should just make a declaration. Mr. Speaker, this application, so-called, is leading you into a certain valley of confusion. It's a trap being set for Mr. Speaker for his long years in legal practice. Yes, because you simply want Mr. Speaker to make a declaration which will have far-reaching consequences. In any event, a man must be heard. The rule, all the ultram partem rule, the rule is clear. A man cannot be brought to judgment unless he's been heard. If you claim, then it was bad law. If that is what you want to say, that's what you want to say. It was, would you keep quiet for me to argue? Mr. Speaker, I need to be protected from this stubborn minority chief whip. Kwame Agboja has been a very stubborn minority chief whip. Yes. A man must be heard. It doesn't matter. You've been there before. Mr. Speaker, a man must be heard. The individuals whose matter is being raised are not in this chamber. They are not here. And your party member, your party has not petitioned. Have you, as General Secretary, written any petition that you've sacked him? And then he's not here. Even if there's a letter from the General Secretary that Honorable Aka has been sacked from NDC, he has to be heard. He has to be heard. A man must be heard. The rule is that if all men find a man's hand in a tail, his guilt must still be proven. You cannot just get up and say, Mr. Speaker should make a declaration declare somebody's seat vacant. Mr. Speaker, I will not belabor. I've put out the preliminary issues. I have also faithfully explained to you the processes before the Supreme Court of Ghana on this matter. Mr. Speaker, I have also submitted that there is a petition before you. And Mr. Speaker, the Haruna Idrisu petition, if you look at it, it means that you are supposed to refer the petition to Petitions Committee. What they are doing, they just want a short circuit. And that is what Honorable Atu Forson is trying to do. Dr. Forson, this is law. This is not economics and taxation. You should know this. The lawyer has filed a petition, and you are using backdoor to create confusion. You want to mislead Mr. Speaker. That's what you want to do.
Afenya mark interest ne enema ekona wanfo ne na ye nsi forma and from my be fan when I asem keto san so no ye kwa parliament san so oye majority leader nti waye kokotako waye kuntan ensem bia o ginemu kuntan nti o hwe se ono ba belu sita be ye minority na minority no ma be ye majority e san se enema o de di minorities to da court me kra kasatia wo mo na afi wo na obehye wo ma se na se ye benya wo nti o kira one man in nine see for man. They say so they only say Haruna Idrisu so the nyadia or bego go no hosa inti amaga any amageshia any ebehu amaga ho. Speaker of Parliament on all shame sema yakoba na or so kopesunya papebi edeneti etoso. Now dwendwen ho enti no wetu asemi ahyeda said afofra wo mu ebehia no wo betoa nsemi eho. Akua Donkor ese okọ akosi John Mahama. Esan se osusu se wakasetia no John Mahama menim se isi adwuma oye no onjan ma no onye nkwa de a.
There are 13 people who were qualified to be on the ballot paper. Unfortunately, our brothers in the PNC were wrongfully disqualified. I do not understand how come the PNC were not allowed to be on this ballot paper. The PNC is a more worthy party than several parties that I see here on the ballot paper.
We announce so Akua Donkor kira okọ akosiu no e wo court okọ akoje trillion kwa mienu. Sikasema bemo enye billion o trillion no saa mienu okọ akoje edefi no we san say mami penimu ti so no wakasa etia no egu nanim tia.
The American Emia okasa no okasa tia me. Say aba no etoye no. Oba no eyi no no akabi. John Mahama akabi say. Ense say nka ye me ye fa me. Na me baby na omo de eyi wo mo. Eba ne say. Yi simpen force the ba say. Obi a nkwa twe no. E wo nkuro nyina wo krata no so. E wo krata no so. Mutia me. Mo kasa me yedi. Enti ka kire wo. Yisi my krata form so ka se nan. Yen kwankuro a wo sa krata no so. Yen kwasensan. We dia ba mo kran se odi obesan no. Won fa ni fie no ma. No won fa wonu ani fo no ma. Ni nyina ka ho. Me ni mo ma no amoka no me no mo ma wo. Na so metimi akosai. Metimi akosai. Hajeje wo mo sa e bia de fie no ma ni fo no ma go so. Wo mo etimi ehunu. Na sa woti ha. Na sa so ni mo ma nti. Wa fa computer tena ho. Na wa twetwe na de abetu ani mo a. E video na ehwe. Enti ntumi da ka se. Ene o de ya fa me ni ya wo. Wo ye wadwuma yi a ma me no wonta obi a. Wo wodoma na dwuma wo ye. Wo wodoma ne nkrofo. Enti sa oba keka sa ansa me kire me a. Me ka kire mo nne. O man pemne John Mahama no. Wo so ye man pemne na. Me ne kwa court. Anti me ne kwa court. Me pa cha tie me. Me ne kwa court. Me ko so 2 billion trillion mienu. Trillion mienu ne ma John Mahama. Se me ti pass no wala mem sikati ya na minimum no minimum
Akua Donkor enye no ene Mahama we de gina yi no so kwa ka siwu nti usika no se obeboa no de amekura me su se parties ahodo ka se wo mu hu ehia no so wa mbo obi adin wo mu ana Akua Donkor e bi ono hu se me nko homom for adwen kire fa to comment section na ensem a yedi kan eka ye efa parliament no dodo na susu se o asem yi de aka na kakra bia ma ya to aba ntianka ebe ya mumbongu ni ema ye focus na enko election ne so wadwenkyere ene sei esanse asem so ye obi hia asem se ewo so no so ne party be majority ewo parliament mo se ye mbongu na enche bia ba beto aba for adwenkyere fa to comment section ne ne afoforo enche